Hi, in this video I will try to show you how slow the instance find function in Gamemaker is. Now, I stumbled upon this problem when I was trying to check for collisions myself without using the collision event. Just looping through objects, checking if they collide, and respond accordingly. The problem that I encountered was that, well, instance find is really slow to the point that I can only have like 35 objects checking for collision in a single room. So that was a big problem. That's like I said in the forum post, like 35 bullets checking for collision in a game, not counting the actors or dynamic objects that check for collision, which is just wrong. So I set up a basic project in GameMaker to, you know, avoid the whole, oh, it might be your scripts or something like that. So it's an empty project pretty much with simple things set up. First of all, I'm going to go through the things that I'm going to check. Um, First of all, there's 250 solid blocks, uh, objects in the game. Not solid in GameMaker, but solid in concept. Just those things are going to be checked for collision. And well, here I have the method I'm going to use first, and then the maximum number of actors to maintain 60 FPS, which is the minimum that I'm going for. So then after testing control, I will point out how many actors I can have at once. But first, before we begin to test, I'm going to show you the project. It is very basic, just 3 objects in a room, some sprites, nothing else. So in the object debug control, the only thing I have here is a press Q event, so I create object actors, I create 100, and the draw event to draw some stats. That's it. The create a game event, I will go on more thoroughly on that later in the video. The object actor has an end step event but doesn't have anything in it. Everything is commented, and that's it. And the object block only has a create and destroy event, but again doesn't matter right now. This is commented. Okay, so really it's just putting objects in a room that do nothing. This is the control case, and we will see how well it goes. So 250 blocks. Let's add some instances. So now I have 1,000, no FPS drop, it's all good. 200, 2,000, it's all good. I mean, I can go on here forever because GameMaker is only drawing them, nothing more. So it supports a lot of instances. The number of checks is just multiplying these numbers. Right now it's not doing really any checks. So yeah, I can add a lot here, but I'm not going to. So right now I don't know, 14400. So in control is like clicking, and I don't know, above. Like it doesn't matter adding instances in a room when they do nothing. The problem is when you are actually looping through those instances, which is what I'm going to show right now. So let's say that in the object actor, I uncomment this, and well, as you see, it's just checking the instance number. I could have it here, but it's why check every time. I don't know if the compiler in GameMaker actually turns this in a number and doesn't check every time. I don't know. So I just put it outside, and all we're gonna do is then loop through the instance number of instances of object block and try to put in a local variable here, the ID of that instance. That's it. That's the only thing we're going to do. Nothing else. Just looping through the instances. You will be amazed. So let's add 100. Well, we are already struggling to keep 160 FPS right now. What about 200? Well, now we are at 30 FPS just by adding 200 instances. Now that is 50,000 collision checks. I know that is a little bit high, but I don't know, it surprises me because right now we're not doing collision checks. It's just looping through instances. That's it. So why is it so slow? I don't know. Let's move on. So 200 actors to maintain uh, 60 FPS. Well, it was around 100. So let's say 100, just 100. Now let's test for the width um, construct. So it's going to go through all the object blocks and do nothing pretty much. Not even store it in a variable, which is effectively what this thing does. It's going to go through all the object blocks and do nothing. Let's see how it goes. So till 500 actors, it really went under 60 FPS. Right there is an improvement, you know. So that is 500. So instance file loop is inferior to using the with construct. Alright, let's go to the other way. Like, I can understand why this is inefficient. I mean, you're looping through uh, a list of instances to find a specific one that you're looking for. That in every step event of every actor, looping through all instances could be expensive, but why not make the list ahead of time? Why not make it in the step event? So it can be later accessed in the end step event. So this is what this method does. It in the object control, we create a list, and then when object blocks are created, they are going to be automatically added to that list of the debug control. And when they're destroyed, they remove themselves from that list, and that's it. And we only loop that list. So let's see how this goes. So this is it. Control list test. So that means that the object control has a list, just solids. And in the game end, I destroy the list. I don't think that's really needed. I think Gamemaker already cleans things like this automatically. This is more like, I don't know, saving the game or something. But just in case. And, well, uh, then let's do the adding of blocks, which is this. They add themselves. They add their IDs. And when they get destroyed, which I don't really do in this demo, but just to be complete, they destroy themselves. That's it. The problem with this method, which isn't really a problem, is that you have to be certain that the object control is the first object that is instantiated in the room itself. So I make sure of that. That's right here, and then everything else doesn't matter. I mean, it's fine, it's manageable to have just one instance always be created at the beginning. That's fine. So, yeah. So let me check. So yeah, they're going to be added, and then it's going to be loop through. Um, but yeah, just let's just loop, not even check for collision right now. So we stay true to this, and that's it. All right, let's see. Hmm. Yeah, I think about 1000 is the threshold, or 900. I would say 900 is the threshold. So 900 objects. This is superior to all these two, right? Why? Don't really know. But again, I have to say that you need an extra object just to do this thing, and you have to keep in mind to always have this object and be created at the beginning of a room, you know, when they're created. Now the final test is, oh, I closed fucking Sublime Text. Now the final test is the collision event, which is, I think, the best suited for what I'm trying to do. Which is the best one that I'm trying to do. Um, so let me just clean, comment this out. Maybe I'll edit this because it's kind of boring just waiting you as the viewer. So I'm gonna comment it out, and that's it. So this is now created, never checked. That's the only thing. So right now let's do a collision event with object block. Now I'm going to take the approach of when you enable physics or uses physics that you only put like a comment like yes, a comment, and it should be checking for collisions now, hopefully. And let's see the performance now. Line initialize, so let's, oh, right, sorry about that. Did I? Okay, not that it matters, but so now with collision event, hmm, about, yeah, like 17,000 is the number before it drops frames. So how do I do this? How can I just loop through objects? I mean, this is already looping and checking for collision. I mean, in this one, I'm just looping. I'm not even checking for collision. Why is this faster? What the hell is going on? That is my problem. That is my how you say beef. It's just that I don't know why this method is faster. I would have thought that this is the same, but no, it's slower. Now, let's say that I'm not checking for collision. Let's just check for, I don't know which one. Let's make an instance list of all the objects that are 100 pixels close to me, and then loop through that instance, just through that list, but to find that list first, I need to loop through the objects, and I will have to use something like this or this, which clearly are slow. Now, what's the collision event doing that is so fast? I mean, I can deal with this. I can deal with this. But this? What's going on? Please help me understand that, because right now, just like that, it's checking for a lot of collision checks. English is not my first language, so I don't know how to say this. 450,000 collision checks. That's a lot. I don't know why it can support this when it should be looping through the instances, checking for collision, and that's it. The other cases, I wasn't even checking for collision. Why is this faster? That's all I'm going to say. Please let me know what is going on, how I can loop through instances of an object efficiently, and yeah, because I'm starting with a game, and it's something that really amazed me, that there is inconsistency of speed and things, and the worst case is that the manual doesn't tell you this. I mean, let's look at the manual. Let's look at instance find. This is the loop that they're suggesting. That is the slowest way to do it, and that's the way they're suggesting to loop through instances. I don't know what to say. Like, what is the way, how I'm supposed to do this? I don't know. Let me know, please, how to do it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, good luck with your game if you're making one and just stumble upon this video.